All right, so now we're gonna do a hand scrub. So hand scrubs are a little bit more difficult, mostly because the scrub likes to get caught in between the fingers, and if you clean off a finger and let it go, it will touch the other finger and it will get, it's a thing. So I'm gonna make it look a lot easier than it actually is, so just keep that in mind when you guys are doing it. Don't be discouraged. Maybe use an extra hot towel if you really need to. So you're gonna do your arm drape. Get the arm out just like normal. I'm gonna go up your shoulder just a little bit, so just move your hair out of the way. You can start off with getting the arm a little bit lubed up. So there's gonna be a little bit of arm massage in with this. The hand scrub does take a little while, so I don't usually do a lot of like focus massage on the arm. You can if you have a longer than an hour, but sometimes, you know, somebody's got like all these add-ons and you have an hour, and so you just do the best you can. All right, so she's ready. So again, you want a dry towel and a wet towel. And to save yourself time, you can just bring the scrub over with you. So we got it all ready. We're doing it. So take your dry towel. I like to wrap all the way up the forearm as like quite a bit, just because I think it feels really good. I also love hand massage and forearm work, so as most of us massage therapists do. So again, towel on your forearm. This will take a little while to get used to, so don't feel like you might be a little confused on how to wrap, so don't feel too bad about it. And if you find a better way that you like to wrap, then do that. Does that feel okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I like to do some compressions in the forearms. Let the hand warm up. Then we're gonna do just a little upper arm work. You could get into the traps and stuff if you wanted to. Do some petrissage. Just make it feel nice. Unlike the foot massage or foot scrub, I only do one hand scrub at a time. It's too hard to run back and forth between them. The towels just cool down too fast. So I like to just focus on one, do my arm massage with it, hammer it out, and then go to the other side. All right. Now she's ready for her hand scrub. So again, you know, less is better on the hands just because of how difficult it is to get off. So it's roughly the same amount as the foot, but so with the hand scrub, people's hands can be kind of soft and tender. We use an Epsom salt olive oil scrub, but if you have someone maybe with cracked hands or something, like cuts, you may want to use a sugar scrub. It might not sting as much, or just avoid doing it altogether. But if you have any little cuts, it will sting a little for you. It usually goes away, but just a warning that I didn't warn you about, so hopefully it feels okay. You can do this top here, all the little fingers, And then you can either do our bunny ear thing that I taught you guys, and you can do the scrub in the palm here. If they have calluses, you can do a little extra on the calluses. She doesn't have any, so we're all good. Okay. It's a good amount of scrubbing. So I like to kind of cover it back up with the towel just a little. We're gonna take our scrub, we're gonna go over to our dish, and we're gonna dip our fingers again, get as much scrub off as possible. We're going to grab a fresh towel. Come over here. We're gonna do kind of the same with as we did with the foot, where we try and get as much as you can. This one, I try a little harder to get as much as I can with the first towel, just so that the next towel isn't a whole thing. But you'll get as much as you can. Keep that towel there. I'll even kind of make sure it doesn't fall off the floor. If your body is wider, it might be best to do this with them face down, because the arms stay on the table a little bit better. Sometimes their arms kind of like flop off when they're face up. So if that's the case, you can also do this with the towel here and the hand laying over their body. But I'll just, if I'm noticing that, I'll just do the scrub face down. So those are options. And also, I didn't say it with the foot scrub, but if they're really tall, do it with them face down, because if they're face up, their feet will hang off the table and there's no way to catch the scrub. So that's, I have seen people put a dry towel on the floor down below. So that is an option, because sometimes you're in the middle of it and you forget. And you're like, oh wow, I should have done this, and they're face down. So you just make it work. So a little more massage. Try and catch any of those little buggers that decided to go outside your towel boundary. And now we are ready to try and clean it as best as we can. So again, make it feel like it's part of the process. Keep the arm lifted off the dry towel. Get every little finger, and as I go through the fingers, I get a new piece of the towel, so that I'm not putting the scrub back on, because that's a thing. It's a super fun thing. And if you get scrub all over the floor, or you have a hard time getting it off, it's totally normal for your first few times. I mean, until you get the flow of it, it's super normal. So then I bring the towel up and I place the hand on it. This will be where we, again, anytime you do a scrub, make sure you hydrate the area afterwards, because you scrubbed off all that dead skin, so you want to make sure you add some moisture back into it. This is also where you get the rest of the little guys that stuck around. I did pretty good. Do a little more bunny ears in here. Do a little more massage. this baby up, set this down, go ahead and set this somewhere out of the way. You'll get it before you leave the room. Make sure it all feels okay. One last sweep. My tummy's growling. And we are done. Questions?